Tonight on KSL-5 News at 10, a domestic dispute in Sandy turns deadly after officers shoot and kill a man. Shelby Lofton joins us live from the scene with the latest on what went wrong.
Something's going on, so we got up, and I went out and I was looking, and then several other police cars came by, and they were hauling.
Whoa! Whoa! New video tonight showing the war in Iran is still very active. This is President Trump gives Iran a deadline to unblock the Strait of Hormuz or pay the price.
Sometimes you have to escalate to de-escalate.
A party at Snow Basin Resort as it wraps up the ski season this weekend. Unfortunately, too much heat and not enough snow.
Even with our amazing snowmaking system, we were only able to make snow during, a shorter period of time.
Live and streaming, this is KSL News at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dan Rascone. Ashley Moser has a night off. A quiet Sandy street split into two crime scenes after a deadly officer-involved shooting this afternoon. Police say their officers showed up at a house around 3 o'clock after getting a call about a domestic violence dispute. News specialist Shelby Lofton spoke to investigators and neighbors. And Shelby, I understand a man who lives in one of those houses has died.
Dan, that's right. Just a few minutes ago, police just packed up all of their belongings, packed up their cars and left. That means they were here about 7 hours on the street where they told us there was an altercation between two officers and a man in his 40s. That man is now dead. And investigators say this all started with a 911 call about domestic violence.
This is such a quiet, subdued, friendly neighborhood. And then all of a sudden, a Sunday afternoon.
Police say a man who lives on this street is dead after an altercation with officers. Neighbors Denise and Greg McGinn saw a man speaking with police around 10:30 this morning.
We overheard him saying he had just gotten out of jail, and his wife, I guess, had locked the house and have closed the bank account, so he had no money and he didn't have any place to stay.
They said the man, who looked like he was in his 40s, seemed distraught.
He was just pacing back and forth, back and forth.
It was quiet until hours later, around 3 p.m.
I saw 4 police cars run by and then 2 more, so something's going on.
Sandy Police Sergeant Michael Olson said 2 officers came to a house on Shady Meadow Drive after a 911 call about a domestic issue.
My officers made contact with a male at his residence. My officers were attempting to engage in conversation with that male when he pulled a weapon from his lower leg and charged at the officers.
Olson said both officers fired shots just inside that house, 4 total.
Medical attention was immediately given to the male from my officers on scene and then from paramedics.
He was taken to the hospital where he died. Police taped off a car down the street from the shooting scene. They say the man who died owned it. We found a recent probable cause statement that traces back to the same address where this shooting happened. In that document, a man in his 40s was arrested on March 12th for stealing patients' medication. Police aren't releasing the name of the man involved in today's shooting at this point. Neighbors tonight are baffled.
We didn't hear what was really going on.
Now, because this was an officer-involved shooting, another agency, in this case, West Valley City Police, will be the ones investigating. And it could be weeks, even months, before we find out what they discovered happened here on Shady Meadow Drive. Dan, I'll send it back to you.
All right, still a lot of questions to be answered there. Thanks a lot, Shelby Lofton, live for us tonight. Salt Lake County Search and Rescue Teams